here with IMS, and in this week's Tech Tip video, we're going to talk about a topic that's relevant to most people, and that is, should I be accessing my personal email at work on a work device? Now, while this may seem like a very harmless act, it's actually going to have a huge impact both on your work and personal life. So first and foremost, we want to talk about security. Your work email has a slew of protections on top of it that your most normal free email accounts do not have. That can be spoof detection. Basically, if a sender is sending you an email, it validates it's actually them and not someone just faking to be them. You have spam protection, which helps stop, bulk emails and weird stuff that most likely is a phishing attempt. They even can have location protection, which is basically if I only want people from the United States to send, if an IP address that seems to be coming from a different country, it's going to block it outright. And those protections are just not found on those free emails, may that be through Outlook, Google, or your local ISP. Now, if you are browsing that funny cat video that your grandma sent you, there's a chance that it could be a malicious item, which if you then download and run it on your work computer, you now potentially infected your work computer, which will definitely point the blame towards you, and we don't want that to happen. We want to keep you as safe as possible. Now, there's also the vice versa, where if, say, your work computer gets infected and you had personal items on your desktop, that's no good either, because most jobs are going to obviously be a higher attack rate than a single person, but now your own personal items have also gotten compromised, and that's just not good. Next, we want to talk about just overall productivity, and that is, it can be distracting from your work tasks. Checking your personal email and clicking refresh all the time can get you stuck into a never-ending cycle while you're waiting for that next email for, some fun trip or, anything outside of work that is distracting you from your work. Thus, it's going to impact your productivity, which can lead to a bad impact on your personal life. You sitting there refreshing on your work or your personal email the whole time may lower your productivity, and if those items are tracked or if your web browsing is tracked, possible that might upset your boss. And if you don't want an upset boss, happy life. And finally, it could leave a negative impression upon your coworkers. Say that they're noticing you just checking your email all the time. That is only 2 minutes out of the day, but most people see the worst in things and don't understand that might have been only that 2 minutes, and you're going to be working the rest of the time. So when should I be checking my personal email if I'm at work? Ultimately, you want to try to make sure you're doing this, one, on your own cell phone. That way, if anything malicious does happen, it's kind of locked down to on your one. And while we don't want anything like that to happen to you, at least that it's kind of quarantined onto one device. And then second off, you want to make sure you're doing this on either a break or on a lunch. That way, there's no questioning to your productivity and what you're doing on the clock. So, while it may seem tempting to check those personal emails while you're at work, it's best to avoid it and instead schedule designated times to be checking those, again on those lunch or breaks. That way you can prioritize your work tasks, go home early, and have a better life. Alright, thank you so much for watching this week's Tech Tip video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.